Hello! Today we're going to do some yoga. So come on in and join me for that. We're going to be working on stretching out the hips and the shoulders. I have a scarf with me today. This is what I use for my bands for stretching. So a scarf works well, a yoga strap works well, or like a kitchen towel works. I also have a couple of blocks with me that I will be using today. So books, another couple rolled towels or pillows works well if you don't have actual blocks at home as well. Blocks are used for creating height and support for the body, which is very important. It helps poses become more accessible to us. So why not? All right, so let's begin by taking a seat. Taking your spine up nice and tall. Find a comfortable position for you. So your seat might look different than mine. Might be in a chair or have it being supported upright more with blocks. But we're going to connect to our body in this moment. Letting go of anything that might have happened before you sat down for your practice or anything after the fact that you have to do. Just giving yourself this moment right now. Taking your hands, rubbing them together, pressing them to prayer thumbs to the sternum, and taking another quiet moment for gratitude. And setting an intention for your practice today. Good. All right, come on out of that. We're going to take our right hand up and over, left hand down to the ground. Reach, push that right hip into the ground, the right sit bone, reaching further. And inhale, coming up opposite arm, left coming up and over, pushing that left sit bone into the ground. Inhaling up and over. And switch. Inhale. And exhale. Switch. And exhale, switch. Coming up nice and tall. Good. All right, chin to the chest, ear to shoulder. Chin to chest, ear to shoulder. Good. Chin to chest and raising up and shaking out any tight spots in the shoulders or neck. Just rolling the shoulders. Some movement there. Good. Okay, let's go hands and knees. And I'm going to suggest some blocks here. So hands and knees. I like to have my hands, my fingers at the top edge of the blocks. Just find that to be a little bit more comfortable on my wrists. From here, we're going to keep the sacrum nice and sturdy. So the tailbone isn't going to go up in our cat or down in our cow position. So just from the ribs up to the crown of the head is going to move here. So using your abdominals to keep stable the sacrum. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Good. Okay, coming back to neutral. Now we're going to keep the ribs to crown of head stable and just moving the bottom part of our rib cage down to our tailbone. Okay, just moving there. So inhale, tailbone up. Exhale, tailbone down. Inhale up. according to your range of motion. So for me right now, I'm feeling a little bit of impingement in my low back. So I'm going to go into more of a lengthened at the top of my movement. So lengthen. So inhale and exhale. So this feels good for me, but this rounded doesn't. So I'm going to just come to neutral, and that's okay for me. You find the range of motion that feels best for you. Good. Okay, coming to that neutral position with the spine, we're going to bring the hip towards the head towards the hip to the left first, and switch. Inhaling in the center, exhale as you bend. Good. All right. Coming up. Let's bring, let's see. Let's go to hands on the blocks, child's pose. Inhale up, tabletop, coming slightly forward, and up for a cobra position or upward dog. Inhale back, exhale forward. Keeping those abdominals engaged as you're moving and flowing. Go ahead, tabletop. We're going to bring that right foot up and in between the hands. Now here, I'm really going to use my blocks. I'm going to come forward with the, I'm going to turn this direction, coming forward, oh, no, you can see me better like this, with the knee kind of allowing it to trek over the toes a little bit. So we do want to build knee ligament strength by safely extending over the toes. So here our hips are even, so we're not opening up to one side, we're nice and even. We're going to feel a big stretch in this left hip flexor. From here we're going to inhale, nice and stable on that front foot, extending that leg, lift the toes. I'm just moving my block so you can see the toes lifting here. Toes drawing up, inhale, coming forward. A little bit of crescent with back bend. Exhale, extend that front leg, toes raise up for that half split. I like to kind of rotate my hip, rotate my ankle. Inhale forward. And exhale, extending, holding. Inhale forward. Exhale, extend. Good. All right, lifting up to the toes on the back foot. Extend that knee up. Pushing back into that left heel. So now our right knee is directly over top of our ankle, okay? Because we're in a weight bearing, so we want to give support there. All right, from here we're going to be nice and stable on the block on the right hand. Rotate that left heel down, left arm comes up. So left heel is down, left arm comes up. Ribs are in line with the hips. Top rib and hip are in line. Extending that left arm over your head. If you feel like taking it behind the body for a bind and opening the chest that way, you are definitely welcome to do so. Inhale back up. Coming down, swooping forward. Woo. All right. If you feel like you'd like to go to tabletop, go ahead. Otherwise, plank position. Nice and sturdy through those shoulder blades. Abdominals. All right. Knee comes down. Left foot up in between the hands. And coming forward. Knee tracks well over the foot. Knees tracking well over the foot, well over the ankle. Giving that nice hip flexor stretch here on the right hip. All right, spreading the toes of the the left foot. Spreading the toes of the left foot, grounding down big toe, pinky toe, heel, and extending that leg, straightening that left leg. Toes come up, keep the toes nice and spread. Come back. Inhale forward, taking that back bend if that feels good. And exhale, extending. Sit bones are even. We want to make sure that we're not rotated to any which side. Inhale forward. Exhale, extending. And I'm moving my blocks around with me as I'm moving. That's what's feeling good. That's what's feeling right. So that's what I'm doing. Good. One more. Inhale. And remember, you can kind of shake that heel around a little bit. Move the toes left or right. Coming forward, inhale. And neutral. Okay, we're going to lift that back knee. So we're on the toes and pushing into the heel, getting a nice calf stretch on that right foot, right side. Grounded through the big toe, pinky toe, heel on the left foot. Even weight distribution there. Our knee is over top of our ankle and heel. We're going to straighten that leg. All right, that right heel comes down, rotate, and open up that right arm up towards the ceiling or sky, wherever you're practicing. If you'd like to take a bind, go ahead and bring that hand behind you. Otherwise, extending over the head. You can look up, straight forward, or down. Another big breath. And bringing that arm, swooping it behind and down. Good. Straightening that front leg again. Lifting that back knee. Bring the foot back to come into a tabletop or a plank position. Shoulder blades are to press down. If you find that your shoulder blades tend to pop up during your plank position, means that your shoulder blades need some strengthening. So that would mean come down into knees or an assisted plank, which is just fine. Meet your body where it's at. Don't push into improper positioning. Good. Child's pose. Come on out. Release the hands. All right. So we're going to set one of our blocks aside. Have support underneath the right hand. So support's underneath our right hand, nice and stable through that right shoulder. Ribs in line with the hips, so we're not into a funny tilt with our spine. Nice and engaged there. Left hand comes behind the head. We're going to inhale, bring the elbow down. Sacrum stays nice and strong, abdominal strong. Exhale, rotate. Find your rotation where it feels most comfortable for you. We don't want to go into a big rotation where we lose hand behind the head or funny thing happening in the hips or anything like that. With strong core. So your mobility will be different than mine, and that's okay. Inhale down. Exhale. Paying attention to that right stable shoulder, that the shoulder blades are nice and depressed against the back. This helps to build strength in that stable arm, while also building mobility in our moving arm. And let's go one more. to just spin around for viewing, making things easier to see. All right, so feeling nice and stable on our knees. Hips and sacrum are feeling good and stable. Left hand is supported, right hand behind the head. Inhale down. And exhale, open. Ooh, a little bit of an adjustment there. That's nice. Inhale. Exhale. And remember, you can always have a block between the knees in this position, and engaging the pelvic floor during your exhale is a great idea here as well. You want to safely be rotating through the thoracic spine, not so much the sacrum, the thoracic spine. One more here. Good, come on down. All right, so we're going to bring that right foot up again. But this time we're going to take it about 45 degrees. Let's see here. I'll show you left foot first. So left foot comes up and angled out at 45 degrees. I have my block for stability, and my left hand is going on to the thigh and knee. So coming forward for that lizard position, lizard posture. When we're here, we're going to rotate the hip down. That right hip is coming down to be able to push the left hip a little bit more open. And coming back. And we're going to switch to the right foot up at a 45-degree angle. And as we come forward, rotating open a little bit with the knee, allowing the knee to push open, and gentle pressure to the inside of the thigh. That left hip comes down towards the center of the midline, midline of the mat. Good, one more big breath. And exhale, coming back up to neutral. Good, all right. Oh, wonderful. Let's take our strap. I'm going to actually take a seat on my block because that's what I find to be most comfortable. I'm also going to have to move away from my wall here. All right, so taking your strap into your hands, we're going to make sure that our wrists stay nice and strong. So we don't want our wrists to flex up and hold tension into the wrists, the back side of the wrist. So we're going to keep them nice and neutral, straight lines from knuckles to elbow, okay? All right, from here, we're going to inhale, arms come up. Exhale, start to bend your right elbow as you extend to the left. Ooh, switch directions. Inhale up. Continue that range of motion, feeling the shoulder blades moving along the back as you are bending and stretching, keeping tension the entire time on whichever strap you're using. Also being mindful of the ribs. We don't want the ribs to flare out in front or to the sides. So it's nice, strong abdominals. Whew, funny wrist. Nice, strong abdominals as you are moving here. Keeping the core engaged. And remember, we can always engage the pelvic floor during your exhales and releasing the pelvic floor during your inhales. No need to hold tension. And let's switch direction. Shoulders away from the ears. As you come down, feel them come down your back. Nice strong wrists, knuckles to elbow. Good, okay. Straight up with both your arms, we're going to come forward. Shoulder blades are down the back. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Stretch, pull apart that strap that you're using. Come down. There we go. Good. Okay. So we're going to come up. Bend the right elbow. Left hand is down towards the ground. And we're going to just pull, leaning to the side a little bit. Pay attention to that right shoulder blade, that it's not popped out. Keep it nice and engaged and flat. Inhale up and bend the left elbow and tip to the right. Paying attention to your wrist flexion. One more big breath. And exhale. We're going to release there. Okay, we're going to actually lay down onto the ground. I'm going to get a drink of water here. Okay, so as we're laying down, if you'd like support underneath your head, you're welcome to use that. A pillow works well, or a towel. Find what works, right? Actually, let's start legs extended. We have our strap right near us, so I'm going to wrap it around both of the soles of the feet. Spine is up nice and tall. Let's think about pressing with the big toe and pinky toe. Our heel is rooted and grounded. So holding tight to both sides of your band and push like you're trying to abduct your legs, trying to separate your legs. But you're not actually separating them. You're just creating that tension. Inhale and release that tension. Okay, now we will lay all the way down and let's bring our right foot up towards the ceiling. You can have your left knee bent if that feels good for you. And gently pulling down on that the pad of the big toe and pinky toe. Leg is fairly straight as you can comfortably get it. Sacrum supported on the ground from the mat. If you'd like a towel or blanket underneath your sacrum, that can always feel good too. Just gently pulling, creating a little bit of gentle pressure onto the foot to stretch the back of the hamstring. Feeling rooted in that left foot. Big toe, pinky toe, heel. All right, we're going to bring gently, so the sacrum doesn't lift on the right side. It stays nice and grounded, but we're gently guiding our right foot across the midline of the body. Over towards that left side. Find your resistance, find your tension. Good. From here, we're going to come back to the right side. Grab the strap with the right hand, let the knee drop, and the right knee comes down towards your right armpit. I'm holding also tension with the left hand. Find your balance, find your resistance, find your stretch, whatever is feeling really good for you. Range of motion. If you feel like extending that leg, go ahead and extend the right leg. Just find where it feels best for you today. Keeping that left sacrum on the ground. Good. Extending that leg straight up towards the ceiling. We're going to switch
feet. So rooting through your right foot, feeling real grounded there. Big toe, pinky toe, heel. Sacrum is feeling grounded. We're going to apply pressure to the pad of the left foot, big toe, pinky toe. And gently pulling down, very gently pulling down onto that pad towards the center of the left side. Finding that stretch, trying to extend your knee as much as possible. If you're feeling a stretch with a bent knee, that's great too. Find your mobility, your range of motion. Paying attention to the rest of the body, what's happening. Is the sacrum staying down? Are we still rooted through that right foot? All right. Gently coming across the midline or towards the midline, finding your range of motion. Keeping that left sacrum down, don't let it pop up. Use your core. Good. Coming back to center on that left side and coming down for that single leg happy baby. Pulling the knee in towards your armpit. Finding that stretch and keeping your sacrum down. If you'd like to extend the leg, go ahead and extend. Find what works best for you and your body. One more big breath here. Extend. And release all the way down. Feeling grounded and rooted in both our right and left foot. Big toe, pinky toe, heel. Toes are nice and spread. Engaging the low abdominals from navel to pubic bone and from hip to hip. From here, relaxing the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, lift the hips up off of the ground, lifting the sacrum. Inhale, release. Engaging pelvic floor, grounding through the feet. Exhale, raise the hips. Inhale, release. Exhale. Inhale, release. We're going to do windshield wipers, so leaning your knees to the right. Exhale. Inhale to the left. Exhale, center. Inhale, right. Exhale, center. Continue that switch. Good. All right, I'm going to give support with both my blocks underneath my knees. Bring the soles of the feet together. Knees collapse out to the sides. Giving this little bit of gentle support underneath the knees helps the adductors to actually be able to relax. Telling them to kind of settle down. And taking a moment here for centering through our breath. One more big breath. Exhale. knees together. All right, rolling to your side and raising up into your seated posture. All right, bringing your hands to your heart center in prayer. Coming back to your intention, coming back to your gratitude. Thank you for spending your practice with me today.